First of all, I would like to thank Alex Fedotoff from the bottom of my heart. Alex, thank you for being the 13th guest of Ecommerce Exposed Podcast, the number one podcast in Italy on online sales, but not only. You are one of the greatest e-commerce entrepreneur in the world, but not only. You are also a wonderful person. You are a really good person and I understood it immediately. Do you know why? Because I am too. So Alex, thank you very much. This is an historical day for the Italian e-commerce scene. I was the first e-commerce entrepreneur in Italy to bring an international entrepreneur like you, Alex. So, thank you so much. I hope to meet you soon in Miami. Thank you, brother. I love you, my man. Ora volevo dire una cosa in italiano. Vedi, noi non siamo eterni su questa terra, siamo solamente di passaggio. Quando ero un ragazzino squattrinato, il mio unico obiettivo era quello di fare 2 soldini, era quello di arricchirmi. Poi, nel momento in cui ho fatto 2 soldini, ho capito che il mio obiettivo finale non era quello di fare soldi, ma era semplicemente quello di vivere una vita serena, senza troppi sbattimenti. E l'assenza di soldi ti genera sbattimenti. Avere tanti soldi ti annulla il problema esistenziale del non poter fare la spesa, del non poter arrivare a fine mese, del non poter portare la tua ragazza fuori a mangiare una pizza, per esempio. Quindi nel momento in cui ho fatto 2 soldini, ho capito che il mio obiettivo è quello di lasciare il segno su questa terra. Io non sono eterno e quando sarò morto voglio essere ricordato come un esempio, come colui che ha reso parole come e-commerce, performance marketing, paid advertising, paid traffic, CRO, CTR e quant'altro mainstream alla portata di tutti. Ecommerce Exposed Podcast si imporrà nel mercato italiano arrivando anche in America in quanto concordato ospiti internazionali e questo è quanto. Alex Fedotoff per Ecommerce Exposed, episodio 13, adesso è anche vostro. Da quando ho iniziato questo podcast io credo che sarò sotto di, non so, 30, 40, 50 mila euro tra attrezzatura investita e investimenti vari per il podcast e non ci sto guadagnando assolutamente nulla. Lo faccio per lo scopo di essere un esempio, per lo scopo di fare divulgazione giusta e corretta di questi temi qui. Motivo per cui l'unica cosa che ti chiedo è un'iscrizione al canale, un bel like a questo video e attiva la campanella per non perderti nessuna news riguardanti i prossimi episodi che usciranno e i prossimi miei video a tema e-commerce in cui ti porto casi studio e in cui ti parlo di come si fa e-commerce realmente. Però lascia stare questi guru che ti fanno vedere le foto dagli attici, che ti fanno vedere i video sulle macchine, che ti parlano di guadagni automatici. Lo stesso Alex, se ci fai caso, ad un certo punto del video dice: all'interno del mio building, quindi all'interno della struttura dove ci sono i miei uffici, sopra ci sono dei ragazzi che offrono il servizio di cui stai parlando tu, lo stesso che adesso stanno offrendo in Italia, ovvero e-commerce automation. E lui dice testualmente: io non mi fido di loro, secondo me è una truffa. Ora l'ha detto Alex Fedotoff, non l'ho detto io, motivo per cui bada bene dalle false promesse che ti fanno nell'e-commerce. Fare e-commerce richiede tempo, impegno, soldi, non è semplice come te la vogliono vendere, ok? E io sono qui per dirti la verità. Questo è quanto. Alex Fedotoff per Ecommerce Exposed, adesso anche vostra, episodio 13. E forte, Van che forte, buona visione. Ok.
In August, he made $3.2 million in sales. You know, just going through the feed right in there, like going like that and going like that. And then you have to do like, oh, wow, whoa, what is this? Whoa. Okay, let me check it out, right?
What happened?
Yeah. And so
in Neapolitan way, we say che successo. Is what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
We love to say, c'è un numero uno, è forte, van che è forte. So Alex, thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
A lot of money, so we can acquire a client that pay, for example, $200 also at a CPA of $50.
Yeah, exactly. See, exactly.
Me too, Alex. Me too.
Yeah.
I also want to be the best, and my podcast, Ecommerce Exposed, will be the number one podcast in Italy, not only e-commerce, the number one podcast in Italy in all the niche. Real, trust me.
Get it. Let's get it, my man. right?
Now 24 hours in a day, you can buy online, but you can also sell online and make tons of money.
Exactly, my man. And that's how I see it, right? And we see it exactly the same way.
But I win because I destroy my
You know, I don't know if you know like LeBron James.
LeBron James, yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
one of the best, like, you know, players.
do you like NBA?
No, I'm not a big fan. But now let me just kind of like illustrate it on a bigger picture.
Okay, show me.
Question, right? How many products you need in order to build like a business that change your lives? How many products you need?
It's a question for me. How many products I need?
How many products do you think?
For me, I think I can start also from one product to change my life.
That's it. How many core products do you think Simone was selling to do $3 million a month?
I think one or one.
That's it. So
That's it.
Now that ratio doesn't even fucking matter.
That's it.
Let me see. I'll start recording and and I think we can go.
Okay. Wait, I'm going to do all. Okay, I'm here. Alex, welcome to Ecommerce Exposed episode 13, the number one podcast in Italy on online sales, but not only. In this episode, I have the honor of interview you, and for me, you are one of the greatest entrepreneurs in not all over the America, but in all over the world. So, for many people here, you are a guide, a mentor, an idol. I'm originally from Naples, and we love to say "Sei un numero uno, e forte, vanno forte." So, Alex, thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Like this is such an amazing intro. I think, you know, I'm not considering myself like as one of the best in the world. I think there is so many levels to this game, you know, and I'm like kind of like I'm just feeling like I'm scratching the surface, you know, of my potential and overall like the possibility and opportunity that, you know, e-commerce gives us.
You are really. I am quite emotionally because you are really the top of the world for me. So I have now the first question for you is. Usually in e-commerce exposed, I'm interested in what is the person before the entrepreneur. So the first question is, Alex, how are you?
Good, man.
Are you good?
Yeah, very good.
Now, are you staying in Miami?
Yeah, man. It's like
it's always the sun in Miami.
Yeah, it's like it's amazing. The weather is like, I think we have like probably 250, 300 sunny days. Like, so it's most of the time it's sunny. Summer times are too hot. So summer times we go to Italy, we go to Switzerland. I think those are the best for the summertime. But rest of the year it's fine here.
200 days in 1 year, always sun.
Yeah. Every day pretty much there is sun, and I think sun makes it more positive. You know, when it's like gloomy weather, it's like
Yes.
like. But when it's sunny, you know what? You want to work, you want to live.
Beautiful. Do you like to do surf?
No, man. I'm not. No.
Don't like. And listen, if you have to describe yourself now, for example, in a conference, how would you describe yourself? So the question is, who is Alex Fedotoff?
I'm entrepreneur, you know. I'm an opportunist, you know. I see opportunities and I kind of like just go after them, right? Like just jump on the opportunities. So I think that's my definition. And and then, you know, pretty much I see myself as more kind of like facilitator of different things. So let's say I see an opportunity, right?
Okay.
Let's say like grow e-commerce brand, or, you know, or buy a brand and like turn it around and make it more successful. Then I'm like, okay, how do I facilitate all of the resources? How do I bring the right people on the team? You know, how do I, you know, bring some capital? How do I bring, other resources that they need to grow that brand? And so I see myself as kind of like someone who can come in, like see the project, see the opportunity, and just make it successful.
Beautiful answer. And I was reading on your LinkedIn profile that you have also done in the past $1 million exit from your e-commerce. So you sell your e-commerce business for millions of dollars. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. So that was actually one of my first projects that I've ever done. Like in e-commerce, one of my first winning products. And so
sorry, it's my curiosity. What is your first winning product?
It was free watches. Watches, like so let's say you have watch, right?
Yes.
And I mean those offers are not like viable anymore. So watches,
yes,
we would sell them like as free plus shipping. So it's kind of like on the website the price would be 000. Right, but then you go to the checkout, and then like, okay, you have to pay like $12 for shipping of the watch.
Okay, free watches plus shipping. The customer has to pay only the shipping.
Yeah,
and this is really interesting.
So those kind of offers, the way I look at any offer is like economics. It's like. Okay. It's really the most important thing in business. It's economics. All right, how much it costs you. Like, what is the conversion rate? How much on average each person buys, the average order value. So numbers above everything, right? Because, it's like if numbers work out, then you can scale any offer. Yes. And so that offer was the numbers that we've had there was like, 10, 15, 20% conversion rate because the offer
20% conversion rate you have.
Yeah. It was.
So on 100 visits, you convert 20 people.
10 to 20, yeah. It was pretty high. But it was also 2016, 17, so it was a while ago. It would be hard to get these numbers, today.
And today, in your opinion, in e-commerce, what is a good conversion rate for you?
I look at it like as a correlation between average order value. So, yes. For example, if your average order value is like $500 or $1,000, and you only have, let's say, 0.5% conversion rate, it's great, right? But if your average order value is like $30 and your conversion rate is like 0.5%, yes. It's horrible. Yes. And so I see this again. It's kind of like correlation with like economics and stuff like that. Usually, my benchmark for, let's say, something that's up to like $100, ideally, it's like 5%. Right? It's like something to aim for, right? If you get 3%, it's fine, right? But if it's like 1%, like half of the percent, it's very bad. And so for something up to $50, it must be 5%, right? This is how I look at it because
up to $50, 5%. Less than 5% is bad.
Yes, and it means like, so the way I look at it, it's also kind of like being obsessed about it, right? Like, let's say if your average order value less than $50, average order value, let's say $50, right? But your conversion rate is like, let's say only 2%, right? It's on you. It's on you because maybe you didn't give enough detail on the website about the product. Maybe you didn't answer some questions. Maybe you didn't make your offer appealing enough, right? It's on you as entrepreneur to figure it out and get it to 5%. And so we always like, okay, 100 people come to the website, right? As you said in that example, let's say 100 people come to the website. And so let's say 98% of them, if we have 2% conversion rate, 98% of them don't buy.
Yes.
Like, that's on you. That's your problem. Yes. You have to figure it out. You have to because like, why would people come to the website? They have intention to buy. They're curious about the offer. They clicked on the ad, right? They've been through all of these stages. They watched the ad. They clicked on the ad. They want to buy. How do you give them all of the reasons to buy and remove all of the reasons why they wouldn't buy, right? Like, remove all of the risks, give them guarantee, make sure that they can return the product if they don't like it, right? So all of those things stack together to make sure that like, wow, I like it, boom, boom, boom. Like, make it like as smooth as possible for them to buy.
What is, in your opinion, in USA about now the average order value in the e-commerce industry?
Can you repeat, like the average order value?
The average order value, in e-commerce business, about now, you talk about higher than 5% is good, less than 5% is bad, 3% is quite good, under 3%, for example, 1% conversion rate, bad. And in your opinion, a good average order value in USA, only USA, not other country. For example, you run an advertising on a Facebook ads campaign in Miami. The sweet spot, the sweet spot average order value in Miami and a good conversion rate, what is, in your opinion, in Miami?
So the way I look at it is like two things, right? Number one is like what kind of I always like to see things in a context, because it's quite difficult to have like just like one formula. Like, for example, one of our products that we sell has like average order value of like $35, right? Which is quite bad, right? I usually don't like products that have less than $100 average order value. But that product that only has like $35 average order value has about 40% repeat purchase rate, which means 40% of people, when they buy the product, they come back and buy again. They buy the product, they come back again. So, for example, categories like supplements, categories like different consumable products, when you use it, and then you need to use it, then you need to buy it again. You use it, and then you need to buy it again. You eat it if it's supplement, and then you need it again. So it's like, if the product has that kind of situation, then the requirements for the average order value are lower, right? Because you pretty much like not getting $35 average order value, but then like add 40% on top of that, right? That is your real average order value and lifetime value. And so that's how I look at it. But overall, like if let's say we're looking at one-time transaction, I like average order value of at least $100, because for example, if you're advertising on Facebook, you want to be competitive in the auction, right? Think about Facebook as a bunch of people come together, right? And they're all about like it's like a Squid Game. You watch the Squid Game?
Yes, I know what is Squid Game.
Right?
Yes.
So I look at Facebook ads and Facebook ads auction like a Squid Game, right? Like whoever can run faster, right? Like green light, red light, green light, red light, right? Whoever can run faster and whoever cannot run faster like gets eliminated. And so in that competitive environment, you want to identify what is your advantage, right? One of my mentors, he's worth about $650 million. He's very, he's well done for himself. And he told me, never get into business without competitive advantage. Never. Just don't fucking do it. Don't okay. If you think about that, what is your average? Let's say what's your advantage? Your advantage could be, okay, I'm selling, supplement or consumable products. So then I'm not just acquiring one customer, but I'm getting, 30-40% of those people to come back. Or on the front end, let's say if I'm selling the product, let's say $150, I can spend $100 to get that customer. I will still make a profit. But then when I'm competing with someone who can only spend $20 or $30 to acquire a customer, I will win, because I can bid higher in the auction.
Yes, you can bid higher. The much you spend in advertising, and you can reach more people and have more purchase, also at an higher cost. But you will reconvert that customer. So the lifetime value will increase. But in that period, you will stole a customer from your competitor.
Exactly. Yeah, you know the correlation between all these things. So exactly. So that's my thought process. And so in that context, I like to be at least $100, average order value.
Okay.
Conversion
so
rate.
For you, the sweet spot in Miami, for example, of an AOV is $100.
Yeah, at least minimum.
Okay. Minimum.
Ideally $150, $200 average order value.
Okay, because the CPM cost per 1,000 impression in of cost of 1,000 impression in USA is really high. What is the CPM in USA about now?
Oh man, like we're in the beauty, so most of our brands are in beauty category, and we're getting between sometimes 30, sometimes 40, sometimes 60, 80, sometimes $100 CPMs.
So $30 to appear your ads to 1,000 people, really high.
Yes, and sometimes $60, $80. But even with $60, $80, we are profitable, right? That's the most important thing, that people kind of like obsess about CPM. So how
I understand the whole. You want to say to me, you want to say, if the CPM is higher and the cost of Facebook ads will increase in the time, with the pass of the time, we have to sell a product that costs a lot of money. So we can acquire a client that pay, for example, $200 also at a CPA of $50.
Yeah, exactly. See, exactly. So it's kind of like, we want to make sure that, so like, if I would sit and obsess about like how to lower my CPM, right? My attention would be like in the wrong place. Like, why do I even care about that? Why do I even like have to think about that? Because like, that's not something that I can control.
Yes.
The reason CPM is high is because Facebook is smart. Facebook
much
is
competitive. Much competitor.
Yes, exactly. Right. So if there is, let's say, 1,000 brands in a beauty category, or 10,000 brands, or 100,000 brands, and they're all competing for the same impression, then that cost of CPM will be high.
Yes.
And there is nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
You know, there is
I know.
There is this kind of like a concept which is called internal and external locus of control, right? Which is, there are certain things in life that you can control, and there are certain things in life that you cannot control. Like, for example, you know, you cannot control like what political party runs your country.
Yes.
You can't. Like, I mean, unless you're like, you have billions of dollars, you can choose the president that you want, you can fund their campaigns, right? Unless you are in that kind of position of power and money, you can't control that. You cannot control the weather, right? But you can control the country where you live, right? Yes. If you don't like the weather, if you live in Germany, you know, and it's like raining all the time, move to Dubai, move to Italy, you know, have amazing weather, right? Just like have something that you can have full control of. So CPMs on Facebook, we cannot control. We can control the quality of our ad creative. We can control certain things.
We can control the cost of the product, the average order value, the lifetime value.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I like to focus on, and that's what I recommend for everyone listening.
And listen, Alex, later we will speak more about on Facebook ads, because I know you are a really big expert of Facebook ads. But before this, in your opinion, what is the best niche for selling products in drop shipping? The most profitable niche in drop shipping, what is?
I look at it as everything, like pros and cons. Everything has pros and everything has cons, right? So my favorite, for example, is beauty, health and beauty, right?
Okay.
The reason I like it is because of scalability, right? I at this point of my career, like, I don't like to be in like small niches or niches that have limited potential, because I want to spend my time on something that can be like, you know, 8-9 figure, like at least, right? Like, I don't want to be like in small kind of opportunity that only has, you know, very small potential, very niched. Let's say if you're selling fishing products, or you're selling like camping products that have high seasonality, or I know some people selling jewelry, which, let's say you have like a very good Q4, and then like it's kind of like only Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and it's these spikes. I don't like to be in those kind of opportunities.
You like evergreen niche.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think money, there is money to be made anywhere, like in any niche.
Yes.
For me personally, I like to be in health and beauty, mostly beauty for myself, because almost everyone wants to like eliminate some problem with their health, You know, we live in a society where almost everyone has some kind of like health issues. We're sitting all day. We have problems with our back, with our neck, with our muscles. We're not moving enough. We're not exercising enough. We want to lose weight.
Yes,
We
especially a problem of weight in America. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. 70% of, and it's constantly growing, right? Because people eating bad food.
Growing,
people
about the fast food, the junk food, hamburger, a lot, and the people will increase the body fat.
That's why we like Italian food.
Yes.
Right?
You ever been in Italy? You ever been in Italy?
Yeah, man. We've been this summer. We've been to north of Italy. What are these mountains? Northern Italy. It's kind of
mountains, Dolomiti. I don't know.
Yes, exactly.
Dolomiti.
Yeah. Oh man, we loved it. We absolutely loved it, and the food was like amazing.
Did you ever been to Napoli?
No, my man, that's on our list. Next summer for sure.
I'm waiting for you, Alex. When you want, you will be my guest.
Thank you, Dan. And so,
really,
and you I know you have the best pizza in the world.
The best pizza in the world. Yeah, really, the best one. The best one. I will take you to the best pizza in the world. Really is, in my opinion, Francesco Martucci in Caserta. In Naples do the best pizza, but he is the number one in the world, the champion of the pizza in the world. Yes.
Wow, really?
The champion. When you want, I'm here and I'm waiting for you, Alex. Really.
Done.
And listen, to continue this beautiful interview, in your opinion, is it still possible to become a millionaire by selling a product online? I ask you this question because in Italy there is a lot of still some skepticism. Understand what I mean? The people know that online they can make a lot of money, tons of money, a lot of euro, but there are some of them are it's real, it's not real. I can really change my life with e-commerce. Okay, some people are so. I want your contribution to help me to remove this paradigm that afflict my country. I want all the people learn to sell online product, and I want your contribution to say them, listen, you can really change your life with e-commerce, with the cash on delivery, with the drop shipping. You can make tons of money selling online product. I want your help. Please help me to say this to my country in Italy.
For sure, Dan. So, and I'm on this mission too. You know, I feel like
you too. You are on this mission also in USA.
Yeah, I'm on a mission to kind of like show people the opportunity, right? But at the same time, what I've realized is that even if you give like the best tools, the best resources, the best information, like everything the best to everyone, like 100% of people, like not everyone will take advantage of it, right? And I just kind of like made my peace with it, that I just kind of make my peace that not everyone will want to do it, and it's totally fine. But those few percent of people that will actually do it and will actually commit to the opportunity, those people will be millionaires and will make, tons of money and stuff like that. And so, because I'm thinking about this, let's say, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if you wanted to sell something before internet, before e-commerce,
you need to go to physical shop.
Yeah, you need to go to the market. Okay, market is only open on Sundays. Only on Sundays you can sell something. You can bring your goods, you sell it, right?
Now 24 hours in a day, you can buy online, but you can also sell online and make tons of money.
Exactly, my man. And that's how I see it, right? And we see it exactly the same way, that there is abundance of opportunity that's around us. I think in most cases, as you said, it's just a skepticism, because if someone truly believed that this is possible and it's specifically possible for them, I'll tell you my story, which I mean, I was in exactly the same spot where I didn't Yeah, there's some people selling on the I had this mindset, right? There's some people selling on the internet, but maybe they're smart. Maybe they know something I don't. Maybe they're like, oh, they probably spend like $100,000 doing this, right? And there's all of these objection after objection after objection. And I told my friend when I started, doing very well online, and I made at that point I already made like millions of dollars, and I told my friends like, and what I'm doing, I want to inspire him. I want to like, hey, you want to try this? Like, do it. Like, it's amazing. And he's like, are you scamming people? Are you
Yes,
scam?
yes. The people the first time is you scam because this is their think about you because they are not able to do. They are not able to sell online product. You sell online product. You can do something that they are not able to do in any way. So they are jealous about you and talk shit about you. Understand what I mean?
Yeah. And also a big part of that is kind of like how media position this, right?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, they don't want people to kind of take advantage of these opportunities. Yes. Right? They're like kind of like their eyes are not talking about it or not making like not popularizing this idea that you can really start. And besides that, as you know, there's a lot of like there's a lot of people that like maybe they're selling some kind of like content or inspiration or courses and stuff like that, but they're not truly delivering on that, right? Like on what they sell.
Yes.
So I think there's a kind of like multiple factors involved, and probably every single person who's successful in online business, e-commerce, no matter what that is, can say like, oh, I bought a course and it didn't deliver what it says, right? But at the same time, if you think about it, right, most people go to university, right? They spend 4 or 5 years there. Is every person successful there? You can say at the same time that education is a scam too, right?
Yes.
So I think life is a combination of statistics, right? Let's say you take 5-10 courses, you take 5-10 mentorships, right? Okay, maybe half of them are not good. Maybe half of them are not delivering. But if you're staying in the same niche, you committed to figuring out, like, let's say you want to figure out e-commerce, you want to figure out like how to be like, I don't know, coach, consultant, you want to figure out how to sell on Amazon, no matter what you want to figure out, if you just stick at it for an extended period of time, it's statistically, if you just continue pushing in the same direction and you're not making the same
every time, if you have the discipline to go on, also when you have a big failure, you can improve. You have to improve yourself, and not the first time, not the second, not the third, but the 20th time, you will have success. Because, as you said, if you buy, for example, your mentorship, okay, if one person buy your mentorship, in 99% of the case, they will have a success, but in 1% they will not. But it's not because you don't teach good, but it's because, for example, they don't put, for example, really effort to do this. They not say on the computer, for example, 5, 6, 7, 8 in one day. On the first time, for example, if they don't believe in what they do, they don't have success. But as you said, the university, in your opinion, I agree with you, because you say, for example, on 1,000 person that go to university, all have success in the life? No. So the person who buys e-commerce course, mentorship, all of them have success? No, it depends also on the student.
Yeah, 100%. On that note, I want to share something with you.
Yes.
Because like, so you're from Italy, right?
I'm from Italy, yes.
So we have a mentorship program where we teach people like e-commerce, and we have like different levels, right? Where we teach people to start from scratch, get to the first $1,000 a day. Then we have more advanced where we take people from 30K a month to like 300, 500, 1 million per month.
Show me some magic.
Yeah. But then also, we have our like mastermind where literally was kind of like a collection of people that are all doing good numbers. Like by good numbers, I mean 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million per month. So kind of like good numbers, right? So one of our best clients, his name is Simone. He's from Italy.
From Italy.
Amazing guy. He's like, I think he's 22 or 23 now. Very young guy.
Okay.
Alex,
how old are you? Just curiosity. How old are you? You. How old are you? Your age?
Oh, me. I'm 33.
33. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 33. I'm like Jesus. Jesus. Like 33. So Simone, right? Simone was in e-commerce. Like, give you an example, right? What it takes to be like truly successful with e-commerce if you truly commit. Simone was in e-commerce for like, I think like probably 3-4 years at this point.
Okay.
Like 3-4 years, committing to the same opportunity, like laser targeted, like I want to figure out e-commerce, right? His first years, I mean, he made some money, he lost some money. I think he got his business to like maybe $100,000 per month, not a lot, like 10% profit margins. Which I mean, for a lot of people, it would be life changing. Making 10,000.
Yes, it's life changing. Yes.
And he's from Italy, right? Okay. Whereas, like,
with that money and with the cost of the life in Italy and that money, you are rich.
Exactly, right? But he didn't stop there, right? He's like, okay, I wanna go to the next level.
You want to scale.
So we started working together. Within first few months, right?
Okay.
He was running like a lot of different projects in e-commerce. He was running this. We had a conversation. I'm like, okay, let's focus on the one that makes the most sense. He went from $100,000 per month. I have this interview on my YouTube channel, actually. It's like, you can watch the whole conversation. He went from 100K per month, 10% profit margin, so 10K per month profit, which again, for most people is life-changing, right? For him, it wasn't enough, right? He went from those numbers to 500K per month, 40% profit margins.
Okay, so from 10 to 40.
Yes. So he started making like 100, 200K per month profit.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. This is life-changing money. You do that for a few years, you can retire. Like, you can retire. You don't have to work. You
can retire also at 25 years old. You can retire yourself. Yes.
Yeah. So that was last year, right? But he stick to it. He's sticking. He was working. He's sticking.
He scale.
Yeah.
He continue to scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
In August, he made $3.2 million in sales. He made about $500,000, about $500,000 in profit.
500,000. 500,000.
Right. Now he does like 2-3 million a month. So that just to show you that, yes,
this is a living proof. Simone, your student is a living proof that with the e-commerce business, you can change your life.
100%, man. But you have to stick to it. You can't just join a course or a program or start like building websites, right? And expect that like,
no,
tomorrow you'll be a millionaire. It won't happen.
You have to do again. You will have success.
100%. You have to accept that throughout that process, like most of the things that you do probably will not work. Majority of the products that you test will probably not work. Yes. You just have to accept that as part of the process.
In your opinion, every 10 product you will test, how much product are winning product?
I mean, I would say the ratio is between like 10% and 100%. Sometimes you can just hit it right away, and sometimes like you test 10 products and maybe one of them works. But now, let me just kind of like illustrate it on a bigger picture.
Okay, show me.
Question, right? How many products you need in order to build like a business that change your lives? How many products you need?
It's a question for me. How many products I need?
How many products do you think?
For me, I think I can start also from one product to change my life.
That's it. How many core products do you think Simone was selling to do $3 million a month?
I think one or one.
That's it. So
That's it.
now that ratio doesn't even fucking matter.
That's it.
Doesn't matter. Like, I mean, you test 10 products, you hit one. Okay, what if like you test 100 products?
Yes,
and
because you test 10 product. For example, 9 product do 0, but 1 product you scale to $5 million a month.
Yes. And I think this is the important thing, is just to have that expectation, right? You know, I see everyone who's successful, either it's in, no matter what opportunities they have, right? Either it's Amazon, e-commerce, like being coach, consultant, agency, right? Okay, cool. Not every project that you have, not every client you have, not every product that you sell will be like, you know, very big success, right?
Yes.
But you have to accept that if you just stick to it, right, and you like kind of like keep building and keep learning every day, right, then one thing that you do, like now you have, let's say you have that one product, let's say you make, I don't know, $100,000.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Like, how do I improve it? Maybe I need to improve the product. Maybe I need to improve the website. Maybe I need to improve my ads, right? Maybe I need to add like some other kind of like products that I can sell as, you know, upsell, cross sell. So I increase my average order value. Now you have something you can build on, right?
I always say that in the first time you will create an MVP, minimum viable product, and then you will improve it with better ads, better average order value, and scale and scale and scale. And for example, in you can also do an exit. For example, also you do a big exit of an e-commerce for the people who are listening us. An exit is when you sell the e-commerce business.
Yeah, exactly. So this is when, you know, let's say you got your business to specific, let's say like $1 million in revenue a year, it's profitable, and someone else would want to buy your business for you.
Yes.
And usually how much they will pay for it. Let's say if you do like 1 million a year in revenue, and you do, let's say, 20% profit margins. Let's say you do $200,000 a year in profit.
What is its value?
Its value approximately between like 3 and 5x on the profit. So that business will be valued at from $600,000 to 1 million, more or less. This is just kind of the average estimate. So now imagine $600,000, but you will get paid most of it up front. Right. So now right away you have, let's say, $500,000 in your bank account. Right.
And one shot now.
Yeah. And so that's
a lot of money.
This is small business. This is small transaction. So, you know, for example, with Simone, he got
for you, and $500,000 is a small transaction.
Yeah, it's very small. It's very easy. You know, because like the way I look at it is, let's say you want to make, let's say, I kind of like make this like as a bigger picture for people. Let's say you want to make $100,000 a year totally passively. People talk about passive income. In order to do that, you'd have to invest your money in some asset like real estate, where people pay you for rent. You'd have to invest, I don't know, maybe like stock market. Let's say you want to make your 5%. So if 5% is $100,000, where you can live comfortably without worrying about money, right? Where your kids can live comfortably, not worrying about money. This is enough in most places on earth. It's not enough in Miami. It's cost of living here is pretty expensive. But let's say you want to make $100,000 a year. In that case, all you would have to do, you would have to have $2 million invested in some assets. $2 million
passive income doesn't exist if you don't have $2, $3, $4 million. For example, in Italy, some little kid that want to sell online courses, that they will say e-commerce passive income. I will guarantee you, for example, $5,000 net profit each month with the contract. No one can guarantee you this.
Oh man, you know, in this building where our office is, like two floors off, two floors higher, we have the company that offers the same service, and I don't believe that it's like it's e-commerce automation.
I don't believe that. Me too. I don't believe them because no one can guarantee you money. It's e-commerce is not passive income because I have to improve the sales with the better ads. I have to improve the sales product. I have to improve the funnel. I have to improve the email marketing. I have to improve a lot of things. There is a lot of work. Can I make millions online with e-commerce? Yes. It's simple to do this. No, I can do. Yes. It depends on you, but e-commerce is not equal to passive income. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Maybe, let's say in like 1 year, 2 years, right? When you understand all moving parts of the business, when your business is profitable, right? Now you can hire the team. Now you can like pretty much kind of like give them different tasks, like manage your ads, hire agency for email marketing, kind of like outsource most of the tasks. Then you can just minimize your time commitment. Like you can spend very little on maintaining that business.
Yes, to maintain you spend a little time, but to start you have to spend a lot of time. I always say that if you have a tons of time, you can spend not too much money, okay, less money. But if you have a lot of money, you need not too much time, less time. For example, paid advertising against organic traffic. For example, I put $1,000 in a Facebook ads campaign today, and I reach, for example, 200,000 people, for example. To reach the same people with the organic traffic, you have to post 200, 300, 400 video. You have to edit them. If I spend $1,000 one day, I need 1 month in organic way. What do you think about that?
100%. I have exactly the same point of view that at the beginning, if you don't have a lot of money, like you have to compensate for it with your time. But also, I think it is important for people to get like really hands-on first and truly understand all of the moving parts of the business. You know, that a lot of people, they're trying to, even if they have more money, they kind of like, okay, I want to hire someone for videos. I want to hire to make videos for me. I want to hire someone to make me a website. I want to hire someone to run my ads. I want to hire someone to make, build my website but right away, right? So they don't know what the results can be. They don't know how much time it should take. They don't have a standard for what is a good ad, what is a bad ad. They don't understand that.
They don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, and even like if you think about like Elon Musk, right, or people that are at highest level of entrepreneurship, or like Mark Zuckerberg, like of course they don't understand like every little like nitty gritty of their business, right? But they definitely understand, for example, what it takes to build a rocket, right? You can't outsource that. Like even if you have a lot of money, they have a lot of money. They can hire the best engineers, but those engineers still need to be managed. Those engineers, like someone needs to oversee the whole project and understand.
They are able to manage the best people in the world, but the 10% of their job, they need to know.
Yeah, 100%. Even at least the bigger picture. Okay, what it takes. The algorithm, how it works, the bigger picture. Like you need to understand what the good metrics on Facebook ads are and what the bad metrics are. Because you can hire the agency and they'll say, yeah, we spend a lot of time making these ads, right? And like the ads are great.
All is good. The business is beautiful. You pay me and bye-bye.
Yes. And so I think, kind of like that's what people want and that's what's easy to sell. Right? Because like it's kind of like, oh, you don't have to do anything and I'll do everything for you. But really, if you think about all of the successful entrepreneurs, at the beginning at least, right? They get their hands dirty. They understand how to do certain things. Oftentimes they build their own websites. Oftentimes the first ads they created themselves because they understand, okay, so here's what the good ad looks like. And then when they hire someone, and the person delivers the work, they can say, is it a good work or is it bad work?
Yes.
It's not what the person says, but they actually have the point of reference. They know the examples of how the good work looks like. Right?
On this topic, Alex, I have a question for you. What is your opinion on performance marketing agencies? So is better e-commerce or performance marketing agencies? Which is better? And I want to share with you and with all the people who listen to the 13th episode of Ecommerce Exposed, the number one podcast in Italy on e-commerce, but not only. My opinion is it's much better to sell online product because it's better to sell online product on offering marketing service, especially in my country, because the marketing agency has very low margins and business operations are very, very complex. For example, in America, Guru sells this concept. So $2,000 for month for client, you have 5 clients and you have $10,000. But it can make sense. I can agree, but not in Italy, because in Italy, 5 companies that give you this money is extremely complex. You have to be positioned. You need to have a very strong personal brand. A guy who is just starting to approach the online business is not positioned online to sell service to these big players. So create an e-commerce brand is better to open a performance marketing agency, because in Italy you can sell your service in performance marketing agency only, for example, to a little bar in a small place, for example, for example, 300 a month, because I am no one in the market. So, for example, Gucci, Prada, Balenciaga never will pay my performance marketing agency. So it's better to start e-commerce. This is my opinion. What is yours?
Sure. So the way I look at it is, first, I mean, it's very hard to get someone results if you have not done it, right? And so I think people kind of, and it's it's hard, right? Because like you don't know many things, and I think to learn the skills, and overall, even like from scalability like standpoint, I know many people that run agencies, and agencies is a human business, right? Like you need to hire a lot of people.
Human business.
Yeah, you have to like constantly interact with clients. You have to kind of like constantly drive them results, and even that is not enough, because in many cases, so after I sold my first like e-commerce business, for a like brief period of time, like one or 2 years, I was running like an agency where we would work with clients, and we would manage their ads, and we would consult them, and we would advise them and stuff like that. And we work with like some very big brands like Lululemon and stuff like that.
Okay.
But what would end up happening all the time is that we would work with a client, and we would help them to go from here to here.
Okay.
We'd help them to achieve their goals, and then they would say, Alex, thank you so much for everything you've done, but we're changing an agency, or our founder or our CMO has this good friend that has an agency, so we'll transition to them. And so all of that work that you have done would be pretty much kind of like wasted, right? Because now you help them to go from 0 to 1, or from 1 to 2, or from 1 to 10, and they would pretty much let you go, even if you're good, even if you're the best in the world. And so this happens all the time. It doesn't matter how good the results your agency produces. I think agency is a good cash flow business. Like it's kind of like, maybe you don't have like a lot of like capital, you put a lot of your own work in, and like you kind of like have some cash flow coming in. But in terms of scalability, we have scaled one of our first like projects that we've taken from like 0 to like 1 million a month, and we maintained that at like 1 million per month. We had 3 people on the team. 3, right? Try to do that with agency. I mean, how many clients you would need to have in order to do 1 million? And margins would be like 35-40%.
To make advertising, for example, to 30 client, you need 10 person, 5 person, 6 person, and you need to coordinate not only the client, but you need, so there is the human error, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Not only to coordinate your team with the client, but you have to coordinate your team to deliver the service, and it's the hardest part. So it's beautiful that you said the thing that you said, because you say the same thing I say from years, because you scale your e-commerce business to millions of dollars a month with 3-4 person. But if you want to scale an agency for to millions of dollars a month, you need, I think, 200 person.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more labor intensive, and the more people you have, the better of systems you need to have in place to manage those people, and also the better you have to be as a leader, right? It's like to manage those people, right? To keep those people accountable, right? To make sure that those people, like in our industry, it's like if you're not constantly learning, if you're not constantly like developing your skills, because everything changes so fast.
Yes.
Like,
Internet is so fast.
Yeah.
We can't learn as internet is fast. I think that the best abilities a human can have is to learn fast and new things faster than the other people. This is the most important things, because I think we are intelligent for me, you, and all the people. We are intelligent in the same way, but we change our results on it depends on the effort, on the discipline we have. That change the people who has results between not.
100%. And it's let's say if you're like in e-commerce, right? The only way that you will have, like, let's say your business will grow year over year is that you constantly learning from like good sources, right? Information, how to make better creatives, how to structure your business, what kind of email marketing strategies, SMS strategies work, right? So you have to commit to self-development. Like, for example, for our team, not even for myself, on an annual basis, we're spending about $150,000 on education, courses, masterminds, coaching calls, consulting calls, because there is no way that
if you don't invest in your education, online, offline, books, courses, you have to need too much time to search online and learn new information. But you can don't waste your time and buy a course well organized.
Yeah, exactly. And also, when you hire people on your team, one of the things that, like, back to that agency kind of what we just talked about, when it comes to agency, let's say every person on your team, the more people on your team you have, right? The more like each person needs to do like what they need to do. And in order for them to do what they need to do, they also need to learn these like new skills, right? So let's say you have 10 people, right? And you want to run like a good business, like profitable business that goes year over year. You want those people to constantly kind of like improve their skills. Because if they're not improving their skills, then they'll be constantly like, hey, Dan, I have this problem. How do I fix it? Hey, Dan, hey, Dan, hey, Dan, hey, Dan, hey, Dan, hey, Dan, right? And so now, if you
put them in the way to learn and study, they don't waste your time. So you will be a leader, and you can manage them better, because they are able to do all, but only because you teach them to do it.
Exactly. And so, but also part of that is that not every person is like that. Not every person is growth oriented. We've had people on our team where, here's a course, here's information, learn it. Here's the people you should learn from. Like, we'll buy you like coaching, consulting. Just let us know what you want, right? What do you need? And
I always say in Italy, I see an e-commerce guru, American e-commerce guru, a lot of time. One of them say that if you want to earn, you have to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to make money, you need to understand, to study how can you make money. For example, I want to start an e-commerce business. Can I start from YouTube? Not only the information are free.
Yeah. I think that's very important kind of like mindset shift that, people need to adapt. That, in many cases you can learn information from YouTube and it's free, but in many cases, you'd have to pay for it. And the reason you have to pay for it is because, the people who have learned that information, they kind of like, let's say, took all of that information and they simplified it, right? And so instead of learning like for the next like 10 months, whatever topic you want, you can learn from someone. Now you pay with your money, right? And you pay less with your time. Back to that analogy that we had,
because
right?
the information is simplified, is well organized, so you don't waste your time and you learn faster. The time is the most important asset in our life. As I said before, if I have a problem with the money, I can solve this problem in a few time. But if I don't have money, for example, you before said, if you don't like to stay here, with the money, you can go to Dubai if you like the sun, for example. But if I don't have money and if I don't learn how to do money, I'm obligated to stay here in Italy, for example. But if I want to live, I need money and I need to learn money. And for me, the best way to make the first online money is with e-commerce, to sell online product. For example, I want to tell you my experience with e-commerce. I started in 2018. Understand what I mean? Yes. 2018, yes. And with the drop shipping, with the pass of the time, I go to sell my product in cash on delivery, e-commerce with cash on delivery, pagamento alla consegna in Italy said. Because when I sell my product online, I say to my customer, you can pay to the courier. You don't need to pay online. So the friction is less and the conversion rate will increase. But this is not drop shipping. I need to pay stock in advance. I need to pay stock to buy the product and I need to sell by myself. So I say also to my student in Italy, in the first time to validate a business, you can start in drop shipping. You create an e-commerce, a sales page, a product page, and you make a test in the market. Then when the test is good and there is a market to sell your product, you can buy a stock, you can build a brand, you can build a brand e-commerce, and in the future you can do a big exit like you have done in the past, and make also tons of millions of dollars, of euros with this exit, because you are selling a company. The people don't understand that e-commerce is a digital asset, is a company, because the people only think in Italy is a website. But a website has a CRM, list of email, has the data, because the data is the new gold. For example, I have 100,000 person in my email list. Because in this interview, I don't remember the number, but you understand me. I have a lot of money in my list email. So that number means money. That data has a lot of value. What do you think? What do you think about this?
For sure. Like, I think it's like overall the fastest way. If you think about, let's say, when you're learning to drive, right?
Yes.
You wanna just work with someone who already knows how to drive and can stop you from doing stop you from doing like bad decisions. That's why, when you're learning how to drive, you have the person sitting next to you, right? And they can push the brakes and they can, pretty much kind of like stop you from doing like bad moves. And so I think about it. And the more, like, it's interesting because I used to think that, okay, maybe like initially you need some help from external people to get you to, let's say, from 0 to 1, right? And I started making my first money, like I would invest and I would invest and I would invest. And then, I would be like, oh, maybe I don't need it, right? I had this like, oh, maybe I don't need it. Like, oh, I know like many things, right? And those times when I would not do it, that would be like, I wouldn't and then like it started to go like this.
Yes.
And then like you start investing again, right? And you also
because you need to study from one mentor that has already the success that you want. Because as you said, if I want to learn to drive, I need to learn from the best. If I want to learn to sell online product, I need to learn from the best who sells and makes tons of millions in e-commerce industry.
Yeah, exactly. So and it's like, you know, I mean, it's not like we're kind of like selling people, oh, so you have to buy the coaching or mentorship. I think you need to buy like when you truly like ready to take the coaching, right? Because if you come into like coaching relationship with someone, right? Doesn't have to be you, doesn't have to be me, it doesn't matter who that is, right? If you're paying someone, right, it's kind of the transaction. Okay, I give you money,
okay,
right, and you give me the knowledge, the information, the insights, right?
I give you the money, you give me back the value.
Yes. And in that case, if you're not ready, oh, it's like I know everything, oh, I tried that before and didn't work, oh, it's like oh, it's a scam, or it's like, you know, if you come with those, like,
you will never be success, never.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you know, they have this saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, or something like that. I think that's definitely true, and I think it's something that people just have to you know, first of all, having those like proper expectations when they get into the business. Okay, it will not be instantaneous, and it might take like years. It might take years, but those years, if you just stick to it, it will be worth it. Because, okay, if it takes you like, let's say you're making like 2,000-3,000 euros per month in income, right? But if you commit to the business for the next like 2-3 years, let's say you get to like 10,000 or 20,000 euros per month in income, right? Wow, you're just making in 1 month pretty much more than you're making in a year. Yes, it took you like 2 years. It took you 3 years. It doesn't matter how much time it takes, because it's like an accelerator. Like your whole life is like this, right? And let's say you go on this path. It's like a fast line, right? It's like, you know, on highway, I don't know if you have it in Europe, you have the regular lines. Yes. And there is a fast line where you're like, okay, you pay a little bit more, yes, but you can go faster. You can go as fast as you want.
You don't go like this, but you go like this.
Yes. Yeah, you know, or in Germany, like you have the highways without speed limit.
Yes, without speed limit. Yes, autobahn, something like that. It's called. Yes.
I think you have to pay for them, right?
I don't know that, but I only see the video on YouTube because I like the cars. And I see that, for example, Lamborghini on autobahn in Germany at 300 kilometers per hour.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for them. It's a very simple kind of like illustration. Okay, you want to go faster, you have to pay.
You need to pay, yes.
And but I mean, you also, but now it's the same illustration. Now, if you want to go so fast, right? Now you have to be ready for it. You have to have enough of a driving skills to maintain that car, right? You can go like, if you're first time driving and you take Lamborghini and you drive 300 kilometers per hour.
In the first time, you think, okay, I'm ready. I don't need more. I don't have nothing more to learn. But the Ferrari need to stay in the street good. For example, if you want to go at 200 kilometers per hour, you need something with you that say to you, now you need to go slow. Now you can increase. Now can you scale? Now you don't have the product. You can scale. For example, Black Friday, you give to your student the strategy for Black Friday. For example, the best creative, you give to them the value, and with that value, they make tons of money, and it's okay that this value has a cost. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, Alex, Facebook ads. I know that you are the number one in the world on Facebook ads. On my YouTube channel, I have different case study on Facebook ads and also on TikTok ads. I think that today the CPM on TikTok is lower, so the cost of the traffic is lower. For example, with the CPM in Italy on Facebook ads, is 15 euro, something like $16, for example. But on TikTok ads, the cost of the traffic is also $2 CPM. So if I pay less the traffic, I have more possibility to convert my customer with the CPA lower. Okay, and in your opinion, is better today in advertising Facebook ads or TikTok ads?
It's a great question. I think it doesn't matter which platform. I mean, so Facebook from the I again, at this point of my career, I go for things that are like more scalable. So from that standpoint, I mean, Facebook is more scalable. It has more users. It has more like scale. So for me personally, it's Facebook because it's been like our bread and butter for like 2 years. But if I was starting out, I would probably go for TikTok because it is like easier to, as you said, like to get traction. And also what's important about TikTok and what I like about TikTok is that the way the algorithm works, the way it's kind of like, the content that you have to put on TikTok in order to get like high engagement works. Like all of those things are important skills that you need to learn anyway, right? So let's say when you're creating TikTok ads and when you learn how to create great TikTok ads, I think that skill will help you in the future as well when you get to Facebook ads. And in many cases, you take a winning TikTok ad or TikTok, even organic like TikTok, like content piece, and you put it on Facebook. In many cases, it works. Because so real. I think in that particular scenario, like I would, but it's important to just stick to one platform. It's important, like if you're starting out, especially, don't go TikTok and Facebook. Just choose one, right?
Just one, yes. I agree with you.
Yeah, choose one. Just commit, the next like 6-12 months to just constantly learn the metrics, learn what works, learn what doesn't. Just go and see other people's ads, how they're structured, how they're advertising, how they're doing the transitions, what their scripts look like. And so if you do all of those things, then you will become like in 6-12 months, you'll be better at TikTok or better at like Facebook, whatever. You will be better than like 99% of people because most people just like, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, right? When you're starting out, you have to choose one thing and just go like all in on that.
Yes, in my life, I spend millions of dollars on advertising for my client and for my online stores. And I have understand something that I want to share with you now. I think that Facebook ads and TikTok ads, they works quite in the same way because the structure of advertising, for example, the structure of a CBO or the structure of ABO that works on Facebook, in my case, works well also on TikTok. What is your opinion about this?
I think, I agree. I think that if you stick. Yeah, you have to pick like one platform. You have to pick like one platform.
One platform at a time.
Yeah, one platform at a time, and you have to figure it out. Once you figure it out, okay, now you can expand your skill set, or now you can, maybe like hire someone who will help you. But I think again, like you need to have like at least basic understanding of all of the important parts. And most of the times, those are numbers, those are analytics, because numbers tell the whole story. Right? Whether it's TikTok ads, whether it's Facebook ads, whether TikTok organic, you see how much, okay, let's say you show your ads to like 1,000 people, right? How many of those people actually watch the first 3 seconds? Okay, let's say this percentage,
the watch time.
Yeah, like
really important.
Thumbnail stop rate. We call this metric thumbnail stop rate.
Yes. Now I read online is an article of a journal in the USA that now Alex is not the first 3 seconds, but the attention is too competitive. That is the first frame. The first frame that you put in your ads will determine the performance.
100%. Yeah, we call this a scroll stopper. Yeah, this first like
Scroll stopper.
Yeah. 3-5 seconds is what you say, kind of like to stop people from scrolling.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so yeah, we call those hooks as well. And so the better your hook is, the better is kind of like, so you can imagine people are like, just going through the feed, right? And they're like going like that, and they're going like that. And then you have to do like, oh, wow, whoa, what is this? Whoa. Okay, let me check it out, right?
What happened?
Yeah. And so
in the Neapolitan way, we say che successo. Is what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, you need to stop them from scrolling. So that's the first thing. Okay, how do you get them to stop?
So you put in your ads the scroll stopper.
Yeah, so usually those, I'll give examples of like some good scroll stoppers. Usually it's like, it's something kind of like sensational. Like, for example, these three things have this one thing like transformed my hair, or or for example, three things that damage your hair, right? And then you kind of like explain three things, and then your product is like, but the best thing like is kind of like to eliminate all of this is to use this product, right? So kind of like, but you get them in with something that they're like, oh, I'm just curious, what is this three things I have? Oh, yes, I see, right? Or it's like this little thing have stopped my hair from falling off, right? I've been losing a lot of my hair until I discovered this. And so those kind of hooks, and I mean, there is so many of them. I think you have to become like very kind of like just curious, right? And TikTok, for instance, you mentioned TikTok. It's amazing that you did that, because on TikTok there is a creative, what is it called, creative library, or creative, like, a big library of other creatives.
Creative Lab on Facebook ads is called ads library.
Correct.
On TikTok is something that ads library, or something like that.
Yeah, and so then like you go there and you see, okay, if there is ads that had like millions of views, right? Okay. Oh, okay. They had millions of views. Why? Okay, and then you see how they're selling their product.
You will analyze them. Why millions of views? You will copy in another way.
Yes. Copy the structure. Oftentimes it's just like replicating the same structure, maybe changing few words, replacing with your product. Yes. You can take the ad from another, like even from another niche or another industry, and replicate it for your industry. And that's like you're like 80-90% there. And then you observe the data. Okay, does it work or it's not? Okay, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't get a lot of views, if click-through rate is low, okay, maybe my first 3 seconds are not sensational enough. Okay, let me change the hook. Let me record like 5-10 different hooks and see which one of those gets people.
So you do split test on your ads with, for example, a different hook to test what is the best hook.
Correct. So for every ad that we create, we usually have 15 to 20 hooks.
Okay, you test a lot of creatives, yes, because Facebook is more automatic than in the past. The creative is the most important things, and I think that the UGC creative is the best one. User-generated content. For example, this I will send to an influencer. They will do a video and they show it's beautiful, it's like this, like that. And the person who see that the benefits of the product, they will buy. So in my opinion, UGC creative are the best one. What is your opinion about that?
Yeah, 100% UGC. And I love UGC, and there is specific like formats where I think it's important to keep it. It's either you give scripts to your UGC content creators, so you tell them exactly what to say, right? And they have to like it has to be designed to sell the product, right? It has to be like for a long time I couldn't I couldn't wake up in the morning.
Yes, for a lot of time I couldn't do this. Then I discovered this, and I will improve myself. You can do like me.
Yeah, and then there's like it's
storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So those kind of scripts, you either have to work with many UGC content creators at this point are experienced enough where they can find these like
I work with Viral Ecomads, Noah Brewer. I have a partnership with them. The video will be online in a few days. He contact me and we start a collaboration, and they offer this service, the service of create UGC content for e-commerce, and is a beautiful service for me.
Definitely.
Do you know them? Do you know this person? Do you know Noah?
Yeah, Noah. Yeah. We should connect with him. We exchange.
But you will ever meet in person, you and Noah?
Oh yeah, I think we kind of like, we probably know like many people in common, and like we just live in different
many
cities.
people in common, but you and him never meet in person.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Maybe one day we will meet me, Noah, you, and some other people.
Let's do it in Napoli, and you take us to the best pizza.
Best pizza in the world, trust me, and also best music in the world. Do you know Joelier?
No, what is that?
It's a Napolitan guy, but also in America, the people listen to Joelier. Sometimes come here with this. Yes, I'm a good singer. I will replace Joelier. Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Really. Nice. And listen, Alex, today Facebook ads is becoming increasingly automated, and in my opinion, the broad campaign, so open, without interest, without age, with automatic placements, is better than manual placement, than manual age, because the broad campaign are the best one. This is my opinion. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I mean, we keep it pretty open. In terms of the like targeting, and we just let Facebook optimize. You want to focus on creative?
On creative, yes. You need to be focused on that. Yes.
You cannot like optimize. You cannot over optimize your Facebook at this point, because Facebook is just like a lot smarter than us. A lot smarter. There's like algorithms that are working.
Yes, I agree 100% with you, because if I put age, I want to sell a laser epilator. Do you know what I mean? A laser epilator. Okay. Laser epilator, in my opinion, the my target, my buyer persona is a women 50 years old. Okay. But this is my opinion. But Facebook has the data. Data is new gold. Facebook know our customer better than us in 100% of the case.
100%, yeah.
Alex, I want to ask to you three things that when you think about them, you say, fuck you. Three things. Any kind, people, situation, feelings. For example, when you think about them, you say, fuck you.
It's interesting.
First,
it's always people, man. Like it's always like maybe like negative people. Like I don't like to be associated with people that don't have like integrity in business. I don't like to be associated with people that like overpromise, like kind of
they overpromise, but they never overdelivery. And for example, you not promise too much, but overdeliver your service.
I mean, I like to be kind of like more on the conservative side of things, like when we promising like specific things, or when I'm on the expectation side of things. What else? So that's on the people side. In terms of the projects, like right now, like I'm saying no to so many things, just because of the capacity. I know that there's only so much capacity. you can do. There's only so many things you can do simultaneously. And so I say no to many projects, like investment opportunities, stuff like that, that are out. So on that, probably that will be the third one. That is, or it's probably within the second one, like investment opportunities that I don't understand, I say no to. If I don't understand something, I used to invest in certain things like crypto, like projects, NFT projects, stuff like that, where I wouldn't understand like how it works. And most of the times it just backfired. And so I don't want to be in that situation.
I don't like NFT, but I read online in America, all the journal write NFT is a scam. All of them.
Yeah. And so if I don't understand the business model, if I don't understand how they're making money, if I understand, or at least how they will make money, I don't invest in those projects. And
yes, me too.
And
absolutely.
number three is like from the opportunities perspective, if something kind of like can make money, but then at the same time it's a big like time investment, or it's a big like energy investment, or it's a big something that can sabotage my my family time, stuff like that. Those things I say no to.
I think that your family time is the time that you love much that whole other things.
Yeah. So yeah, at this stage, and I think those kind of like those things, they evolve as a person evolves. So at this point it's these, but I don't know, it probably will change in the future.
Okay. And Alex, do you ever regrets?
I mean, I try to probably, I mean, what, I don't know, buying crypto earlier, like Bitcoin, like in 2017, like it's I think it's all like lessons, and I think it's, if you have regrets and you kind of like just reminding yourself, oh, I regret of this, I regret of that, I regret, then
never regrets, go.
I think the biggest thing probably that I would, I think it's better to make a mistake and quickly learn from it and move on, than not to do it. And so it's not the regret. It's more like kind of there's certain things that I should have done earlier.
Okay.
And mostly it's not in the kind of most of those things where like, okay, I should have gone to that event, right? I should have met with these kind of people. Like usually I should have invested in the mastermind. I should have, those, it's not regrets, but looking backwards and looking how it's usually like that, right? This is your past, right?
Yes.
And
with
then
the mastermind, you go like this.
Yes, you go like this, right? You get to the certain stage, right? Then you stabilize again, right, at a certain level. Then you join another mastermind. You learn from other people.
How much money do you invest in 1 year in your education?
There's one for the team. There's one for myself.
Okay, two types of investment, different.
Yeah, sometimes they overlap too. Sometimes I'm participating or getting some value as well from the ones we invest in with the team.
Okay. How much money?
Like 150 the ones with the team. Probably like another 150 the ones myself.
A lot of money.
I think it's very little.
Okay, I think it's little because you understand that the knowledge is the most important things. But if I say to my friends, Alex invests this money in education, he said, it's crazy, too much. Understand?
Yeah.
Because you know this, but the people don't understand the importance of the good information.
I think it's, and you kind of like also gradually get to this point. I know that, for instance, I don't know if you know like LeBron James.
LeBron James, yes.
It's one of the best like players.
Do you like NBA?
No, I'm not a big fan. I just follow the biggest kind of like.
Okay, I like box.
Oh, I like boxing too. I like UFC.
Usyk. Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, I know who is. I like Canelo.
Canelo,
Canelo
yeah.
Alvarez for me is one of the most powerful boxer in the modern history.
Yeah,
Canelo
he's
Alvarez.
great. He's
Yes.
amazing.
Do you ever hear about Clemente Russo?
No, who's that?
He's an Italian fighter from south of Italy. He lives 20 kilometers from me. It's
wow.
really, really near. Yes.
He's good?
Clemente Russo. Yes, he's a really good fighter. Yes. And I also I do box when I was 17 years old. And I make my debut in his gym.
Oh, wow.
Excelsior box. Yes. I do 10 match agonistic. 10 real match.
Wow. So
On the ring, yes.
10 fights?
10 fights I make, yes, in my life.
Did you win? How many of you?
I win 5 of them, but I always fight outside my gym. So sometimes they will stole me. Understand what I mean? I have to win, but the arbitrage say no, you lost, but I win because I destroy my.
Good stuff.
Understand what I mean?
Yeah. So what was the last thing?
The last question is that LeBron James, you said.
Oh yeah, LeBron James, right? So LeBron James spends like I think it's $1 or $1.5 million a year just on his health. Yeah, you can Google it. So
1 million in year in 1 year.
$1 million a year. Yeah, so it's like optimizing his sleep, supplements, optimizing, probably some mindset coaches, wellness coaches. So if you think about it, okay, yes, he makes like, I don't know, 20, 30, 50, $100 million a year, right? But he constantly puts it back, right? He constantly reinvests. And I think this is important mindset to adapt to that. Let's say, even if you have a business, if you have a successful business, or maybe you want to start a business, like you can have like 100% to yourself.
Yes.
You have to put it back into the business. And it's not only about like buying a Lamborghini, buying some beautiful Italian cars, right? Like Ferrari and stuff like that.
Do you like more Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I like Lamborghini more, man.
Lamborghini is better for you.
But
Lamborghini Urus or Huracan?
Overall, right? So of all of the luxury cars, I like Rolls-Royce.
Okay. Yeah, for you, Rolls-Royce is the best one.
Yeah, I like comfort more than like speed.
Yes, okay, comfort more than speed. I understand what you mean.
Man, I'm sorry. And I like
no, I mean
of the fast.
I don't work in Lamborghini Ferrari.
I know they're kind of like constantly competing with each other.
Yes, I understand.
And from the sports cars, I like Porsche.
Do you like Rolex? Do you have a Rolex on your?
Yeah, I have Rolex. Yeah,
what is like Rolex Daytona?
Yeah, they're hard to get. Daytonas are relatively hard to get. And so I like Rolls-Royce.
Sorry, Alex, I don't understand. This on your non mi viene on your come si dice? Is a Rolex Daytona, not
yeah, it's Daytona.
It's Daytona. Okay.
Yeah, it's Daytona. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know the model.
Beautiful Rolex.
Yeah, I like Rolex.
How many Rolex do you have?
I only have one.
Only have one. Okay.
Yeah, I have this kind of like mindset of mine that I can go and buy like a lot of Rolexes, like cars and stuff like that, but I have specific goals that I want to achieve first. And for me, it's I want to achieve those goals first, and only then I will allow myself to buy. I want to stay disciplined about it. Like everything that's like the money is being made, it's either being reinvested into the business, or it's being reinvested into health, reinvested into the things or education, masterminds, or it's reinvested into like we invest in real estate and stuff like that. So
Because
That's the mindset
Rolex,
I have right now.
the watch is not an investment. It's like you buy because you like it and stop, but you lost money.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of like, and also I want to stay disciplined. I want to stay within that. Like, I can buy like 10 Rolexes every month if I want to. Like,
you can buy one. Yes,
I can have like the whole like box, but it's kind of like, I think it's also like in a way it's like a distraction, because like you start thinking about watches, you start thinking about watches more about you think about your business, right? I would rather think about my business.
Business is more important than the Rolex you have.
Yeah, and so I have this goal that after I achieve, I will allow myself, like, I don't know, maybe $10-20 million to spend on some dumb shit. I would just stay disciplined until I achieve this benchmark, and then I will allow myself certain things, and then I'll go to the next one, and then I'll allow myself certain things. I found that is kind of also in a way kind of like I set it up as a motivation for myself to okay, so I only have this because humans operate on rewards, right? So if you reward yourself with something, but you haven't, like, it's like, let's say you eat like a dessert before dinner, right?
Yes.
So it's like, I don't want to eat dessert before dinner. I want to eat dessert. I want to do what I need to do first.
You want dessert after dinner.
Yeah. So that's
beautiful,
I don't know.
Beautiful.
That's my mindset. I know many people think differently.
And Alex, do you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe there is like I believe in God. I believe in higher like powers.
Okay.
I believe that whatever you do will one way or another will come back to you. So it's like karma or something. So that for that reason, like the way you treat people, like probably you'll be treated the same. But I'm still on that journey. I still have not like, I'm still in that discovery mode,
Okay.
And when I was a kid, like my parents kind of like forced me to go to the church, and kind of like was like, you have to, right?
Okay. Also my mother.
And so right now I want to be like, no one forces me anymore, right? So when I'm kind of like exploring this, it's more from my like, I want to do it. I want to discover more and a little bit like spirituality, God, but it's not forced because like everyone does it, so you have to do it as well. You know what I mean?
Yes. Understand what you mean. Same way of thinking. The same. You explain what I want to explain. Yes, because you are not forced to believe in something. You want to discover something, and you can discover something because you are not a kid and you don't have your mother that you said go to church.
Yes.
I understand what you mean. And let's choose question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Always live in Miami?
In terms of place of living, man, I like Switzerland.
You like Switzerland?
Yeah, we might move to Switzerland by then.
Okay, beautiful.
Mostly because of the schools and quality of life, quality of food. But if it will be required for business, it's either Switzerland or New York. Like I see myself either in New York, because so we'll build the business, we'll sell the business, and then it probably will be either New York or Switzerland, or between New York and Switzerland. I think
the choice is between New York and Switzerland.
Yeah, I think in terms of like doing business and operating a business, like raising money, New York is the best. And then in terms of quality of life, like Switzerland is probably the best.
For you is better Miami or New York?
Right now, Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, New York is a bit too busy. You have to have like a good infrastructure. You have to kind of like manage different things. Like you need to have like a driver for your kids to go to the school. You need to have like there's a lot of traffic like in New York. So it's not the most like comfortable place to live. Miami is pretty comfortable. I have everything within like walking distance, like the school, my office. So I don't even need a car on day-to-day basis, which is great. New York is, in many cases different. You have to drive. So you need to have a driver. You need to have like a, kind of just like more personnel, like at home.
It's more expensive. It's more expensive in New York or Miami?
Man, they're probably equal at this point. Like
it's equal. It's equal.
Miami is kind of like last few years have cost of living have increased. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all.
I never stay in Miami, but I want to come to Miami. I will call you when I am in Miami. Really.
100%, man. Done. Yeah.
Thanks, Alex. Last question. The last one. Are you happy?
I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. I think there's a distinction. I think as a high performer, you can be satisfied because you are competitive, right? And you see, oh, this person does better than me. Oh, I want to do it better, right? Or it's like, I want to, it's constant. It's always like a next level. But you
want to become the number one in the world.
Yeah, right. I want to do this the best, right? I want to beat this guy. I want to so you're competitive, right? It's like, and that's, I think, what makes either it's Canelo, right?
Canelo.
He wants to be the best. Whoever is in front of him.
Canelo today is the best. He's the best.
And so, like Canelo, you take all of the best people in any industry, like in any industry, like I want to be the best. Like, and I know what it takes, right?
Me too, Alex. Me too.
Yeah.
I also want to be the best. And my podcast, Ecommerce Exposed, will be the number one podcast in Italy, not only e-commerce, the number one podcast in Italy in all the niche. Real, trust me.
Get it. Let's get it, my man.
Alex, thanks a lot. It's an honor for me. You are here. And I want to include you in what it will be the official intro of Ecommerce Exposed. So I will say e-commerce and you say exposed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
E-commerce
exposed.
Perfect, Alex. Thank you so much. I hope I meet you soon. You are a great person, a top 1% man, a great entrepreneur. Alex, really, thanks a lot. It's an honor for me to take you, your person, your professionality, and you in Italy. I am the first one who take Alex Fedotoff in Italy. Thanks a lot for being the 13 interviewer of Ecommerce Exposed Podcast. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And it's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure having this conversation.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Daniel.